Welcome to the final episode of Remote Work Ready. I'm James. We started this journey 11 episodes ago, talking about what makes remote work different and the mindset shifts that you're going to need to make. Since then, we've built your workspace, we've set up your tech, we've learned some communication skills, we've mastered our time management, we've built relationships, set some boundaries, advanced our careers, and protected our mental health. We've learned how to even troubleshoot some of our common problems. You have all of the pieces now. This final episode isn't going to be about teaching you something new. It's about bringing everything together into your system, your personal remote work playbook, the one that works for your life, your style, your circumstances. Let's build it. Take a moment and think back to where you were when you started this course. Maybe you were brand new to remote work, unsure where to even begin. Maybe you've been remote for a while, but you felt like things weren't quite clicking. Maybe you were struggling with boundaries or isolation or feeling invisible in your career. And now you've got a workspace that supports your focus and your well-being. You've got tech and tools that work reliably. You've got communication skills for async and synchronous work. You've got time management strategies that fit your rhythm. You've got real connections with your team, despite the fact that you're not close physically. You have boundaries that protect your personal life and offer you advancement. You have a plan for advancing your career, even remotely. You have tools for managing your mental health, and you have solutions to some common problems. That is not nothing. That's a complete toolkit. Now, not everything will stick right away. Some of these episodes resonated more than others. Some strategies you've already implemented. Some you're still working on. That's exactly how it should be. Remote work is a practice. You get better over time. And you've already started. Here's what I want you to understand. There is no perfect remote work system. There's only the system that works for you. I've given you some frameworks and some best practices, but now you need to customize them. Your workspace. So what have you learned that works for your workspace? Do you need complete separation, or does a corner desk work just fine for you? What kind of lighting makes you feel good? What rituals signal that you're about to enter work mode? Your schedule. What's your ideal day look like? What's its structure? Are you a morning person or a night owl? When do you do your best thinking? What does your ideal work schedule actually look like to you? What rituals do you use to start and end your day? Write those down. Actually write them down. You probably did this earlier as an action item, but something that begins with my ideal workday contains. All right, your communication style. So how do you communicate best? Do you prefer video or audio calls? How quickly do you respond to messages? What hours do you want to be available? And how do you like to receive your feedback? Create a how to work with me outline. Start from your action item from that episode. Share it with your team. Update it as you learn more about yourself. Remember, this is a process. Your boundaries. What are your non-negotiables? When do you absolutely not work? What personal time is sacred to you? What is your emergency threshold and how's it defined? How do you disconnect at the end of the day? These might be different from what I suggested. That's fine. That's actually good. What matters is that you define them and stick to them. Your career strategy. What matters to you? What does success look like in your career? How visible do you need to be? What relationships matter the most to you? And what's your timeline for advancement in your career? Your path doesn't need to look like everyone else's. It's yours. Your wellness plan. What keeps you healthy and stable? What movement do you actually enjoy doing? What social connections do you need? What recharges you and fills you? What are your stress signals and how do you read them? Build your system around your needs, not an idealized version of what a remote worker should be. Remote work isn't static. What works in January may not work in June. Your life changes. Your job changes. You change. So here's your most valuable, important habit: the quarterly check-in. Every 3 months, block an hour on your calendar. Review how remote work is going for you. Some questions you can ask yourself about your workspace and your environment. Is my workspace still working for me? Do I need to change anything about my setup? Am I comfortable physically? About my time and productivity. Am I managing my time well? What's working? What's not? Am I getting enough done without burning out? Communication and relationships? Do I feel connected to my team? Like, are my relationships strong? Am I communicating effectively? About my boundaries and balance. Am I maintaining my boundaries? Is work bleeding into my personal life? Am I taking enough time off? For my career and growth, am I learning and growing? Am I visible enough? Am I on track for my career goals? About my mental and physical health. How is my mental health? Am I moving enough? Am I sleeping well? Do I need more support? And what could I change? Based on those answers, pick 1 to 3 things that you want to adjust for the next quarter, 90 days. Don't try to fix everything all at once. Small, iterative changes compound over time. Write down those changes. Put them somewhere they're visible, preferably every day. Check in on them next quarter. See if you did better. This practice alone, regular reflection, and then adjustment, will keep you on track long term, well beyond even remote work only. One of the themes throughout this course has been try things and see what works. I've given you some strategies, but I can't tell you which ones will work for your brain, your style, and your life. So experiment. Try new approaches. Maybe try a different daily schedule, or a new productivity technique, or working from a different location, or maybe even a different communication style than you typically default to. Give these things a fair trial. Don't try something once and then declare that it doesn't work. Try it for like a week, maybe 2, and then evaluate it honestly. Did it help? Did it make things worse? Was it somewhere in between? Was it kind of effective but uncomfortable? Was it just neutral? If it helped, keep it. If it didn't, try something else. It's a very low cost to try those things. Keep learning. Read articles about remote work. Listen to podcasts. Talk to other remote workers. Join communities that like discussing this. Remote work best practices are evolving all the time. The tools change. Your needs change. The environment in which we remote work has changed drastically since it became a more popular term. Stay curious. Keep refining your system. Share what you've learned. When you figure out something, share it with others. Write it down. Help someone else. You're not just learning for yourself. You're contributing to the collective knowledge of how we all do remote work well. Your remote work system is not permanent. Life will force you to adapt. Your life stages may change. You could have a kid. Your schedule and your boundaries will shift. You could move to a new city. Your social connection strategy could change drastically. You could change roles. Your visibility and even the way you communicate will need to change. Communication will have to evolve in order to succeed. You get a new manager. Your one-on-one approach that worked before might need adjustment now. Your company can change. So people get new tools adopted all the time. Teams restructure and shift. Company culture can evolve over time, and policies themselves change. Personal changes, like you could discover new preferences, things you didn't know about before. Your health could change. Your career goals might shift entirely. Your energy levels change. All of these happen for all of us. And when the big changes happen, just revisit the system. Don't try to force your old approach into these new circumstances. Adaptation is certainly not failure. It's very smart. The goal isn't to build the perfect system once. It's to build a system that evolves with you. Remote work is a skill, and like any skill, you can keep getting better at it. Ways to keep learning. So you can read books on remote work, productivity, communication, and leadership. You could listen to podcasts, things that are focused on remote work, career development. You could even look at communities, online groups of remote workers. Industry-specific forums are often great for more specific advice. Courses, like things like communication skills, time management, or especially technical skills, can help make you better at things and demonstrate where you can add value and are the most impactful. Mentors. Learn from people who've been remote longer. Experiments. Your own experience is the best teacher. Build a habit of continuous learning. Read one article a week. Try one new thing a month. Have one career conversation a quarter. Small, consistent learning compounds into mastery. And remember, you're already ahead of most people just by going through this course and being introduced to the concepts. As you get better at remote work, help others. When someone is on your team and they're new and they've never remote worked before, share what you've learned. Point them to resources. Have a coffee chat and answer their questions. When someone's struggling, check in. Offer support. Write about what works for you. Document your process. Share your templates. Remote work is going to get better when we all help each other figure it out. You're not just building your own career. You're building the culture of remote work as it stands today. Remote work offers something incredible. The freedom to design your life around what matters to you. You can live where you want, work when you're most productive, be present for your family, Pursue your interests. Build your career without sacrificing your well-being. But that freedom does require skill. It requires intention. It requires that the work we've done together over these past 12 episodes be used. You have those skills now. You have the toolkit. You have the framework. Now, it's your turn to build. All right, if you thought there wasn't going to be a final action item, sorry to disappoint. Within the next week, write down your personal remote work playbook. It can be 1 page, just the essentials. Your ideal schedule, your boundaries, your workspace setup, your communication style, your wellness non-negotiables, your next quarter focus, and that's it. That's your system on 1 page. I sincerely thank you for being here. Thank you for doing the work. I believe that what you're building is going to be amazing, and I hope you do too. Now go make remote work for you. I think you are officially remote work ready.